And welcome to the Sunday edition of the Charity First Handicapping Challenge. After a terrific day of racing yesterday, Giorgio still on assignment, so my man Gino filling in again. Gino, what's happening?
Team George, we need a G-man to fill in. So Gino got the call, bring in the righty, no problem. I'm ready to rock. And I love who's on Team Chappie today. I love the Sarge, hoorah, big Sarge fan. But I got to tell you, me and the 5-time NNC qualifier, Tyler Hoffman, we are going to take you fellas down today. I'm sorry, boys. I love you both, but it's all about me and Tyler. Tyler, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Gino. I'm excited to be on your team. I'm excited to be back in the Charity Handicapping Challenge for the third year, I think, or third time through. So we're going to make some money for a good cause today.
Well, you know, they're getting cocky already, Sarge. So salute to you. Hoorah! How you doing, buddy?
I'll tell you what, Chappie, this is the difference between being a heavyweight and a light heavyweight. And obviously, as you can see cross diagonally between yourself and myself, this could be a TKO. This could be one of those where it's one and done early. But it's a pleasure to be here. It's an honor. It's a privilege. As always, Happy New Year to you all, including you gentlemen. It's really a pleasure to be seeing Tyler because I can't remember the last time we went toe-to-toe. Hopefully he won't regret this opportunity.
I have to admit, Sarge, my earliest memory of you, and I know you'll know the horse, Hollywood Park. It was a race in the fall, a first-time starter by the name of Salute the Sarge. I was about 11 years old, and I loved Salute the Sarge that day for the pedigree and a variety of other reasons, handicapping-wise. And I emptied my bankroll at 11 years old, all $10 to win on it. And I'll never forget you running down the grandstand at Hollywood Park, saluting the whole crowd and everything. One of probably the funniest things I've seen on TV in a long time.
Sarge, the funniest part of that story, Sarge, is he just aged you and I quite a bit. He was 11.
Did you see how I did that politely, Gino? That's what we do on our side.
I was 11 years old. I was 11 years old when the catch took place, and the Dallas Cowboys went down in flames, and which was essentially kind of the down trend of that era for the Dallas Cowboys. But here we are. It's a Super Sunday. Let's hope that history does not repeat itself and the Dallas Cowboys take care of business. But salute the Sarge, Southern Equine. Eric Guillot trained, but the horse was named in honor. I made plenty of money that day. And Tyler, thanks for that memory down memory lane. Wonderful times.
Gino, did you notice we're 1 minute in and Sarge already got the Dallas Cowboys into the conversation?
Oh, absolutely. Big game coming up today. We were talking about them before. What a day, too. Lots of Santa Anita you can kick back and watch, and then you've got football all day long, football playoffs, and then tomorrow, Santa Anita racing and another football playoff, the first ever Monday game. It's going to have a Southern California feel to it here with the Rams having the playoff game. So really great action all weekend long. Just want to make sure you guys going to be able to stay up late enough to watch that game tonight. Is it going to be past your bedtimes? Because Tyler and I are going to beat our grandpas today, I think. We're going to show you how the young folks do it here in this handicapping contest for charity.
All right, so the charity is for the Winners Foundation. It's a great cause. So like we said, this is a heavyweight bout. We expect big things out of both of them. Gino, kick it off for us, buddy.
Okay, so the way we do it, we have $100 to wager in a win wager, in a double, and in an exacta. So, Tyler, let's go for our win wager first. Which race do you want to head for our $100 to win play?
We're going to start in Santa Anita Park, race 8, which is going to kick off the $1 golden hour pick 4, as well as the late double at Santa Anita. And our $100 win wager is going to go on number 6, Hot Rageous, for trainer Richard Baltus. Johnny V gets the call today. I like this runner for a couple of reasons. One, the drop in class makes sense. Richie claimed this one 2 back for $20,000, puts it right back to where he got it from. So it fits appropriately. I love the jockey switch. Good workout report on Toby Terrell's clocker report. And I think this one could be speed to speed. So I expect a nice cozy outside draw, a good trip today. And 5-1 on the morning line seems very, very fair. So that's Santa Anita Park, race number 8, number 6, $100 to win.
Hot Rageous. We're going to turn that 100 into about 6 or so there, Chappie, in race number 8 with Hot Rageous.
Sarge, you know, Tyler is very sharp, so we are going to have to be on our A game, but I know you always bring it, so let's bring it with your $100 win bet. Where are you going and why?
Well, I'm going to try to stick it early. Part of that to early double, in fact, the back end in race number 2 It's allowance optional 20 for the California bred fillies and mares at a mile. It's kind of the counter to Tyler's 8th race, the same condition California breds, but rather than sprinting, we're essentially routing. For me personally, I think this is a race where you have primarily grass horses that were hoping this would be a grass opportunity, but it's not the case. I think there's an absolute standout here. When you look at Thoroughgraph, you look at Pace Dynamic, Secret Square. As much as I respect Kristen Mulhall for trying this horse on the turf based on the pedigree being by Square Eddie, look back at those dirt mile races. The last 2 times, 2 out of 3 times this horse went long on the dirt, was able to dictate the pace. I think there's some speed to the inside, but Secret Square, my biggest concern here is the fact that Abel Cedillo, I think he's only won 1 race in 2022. So perhaps this will be the tonic to get him on the winning side. I like Secret Square. I think we'll get 2-1. And if we get 5-2, it's a gift. I can see this one either dictating, sitting just off of, and should win this race with consummate ease. I like the workout pattern coming in as well. Very steady. Kristen Mulhall does a great job.
All right, so race 2, Secret Square, 2-1. I believe you are correct. I think you'll get every bit of 2-1 on that horse. And we're going to get off the schneid early there, Gino, in race 2.
And Tyler, we're rooting for Sarge. We hope he hits that race because he's going to need like 2.5 of them even just to catch up with our win bet. And then we're going to get to the double. I mean, we want the money for charity to come pouring in. As long as they're picking short prices and we're picking big prices, we're rooting for them. Let's go to our double here. Tyler, where are we going?
I know. I thought the goal was to maximize profit. I know we were betting 2-1 shots. That's why I thought I'd give a price out.
Wow.
It's a double bet. Well,
This jab. As soon as this contest started, the gloves came off, right? And that's when we go.
Slip the jab. Slip the jab.
I know when you're with the Sarge, you have to talk a little bit. You know, that's how he respects you. You can't just sit there and take it all the time.
You're right. So where are we heading for our double?
We're going to start with the early double, actually. And one of the things I love about handicapping and horse racing specifically is that you can talk to great handicappers about, literally anything on a card. And you can walk through your analysis. They walk you through their analysis. And everything that Sarge said in the second race about the 5-horse squared Secret Square makes total sense. Yet I have a completely different opinion on the race, and my double key goes completely against his horse. In the first race today, I think it's a 2-horse race between Rio Ocho, the 3, and the 5 Flintmore for trainer Phil Diamante, the second of his 2 entrants in there. Flintmore, if you go back and watch the tape, this was nothing more than a prep. Huge gallop out. Should love the stretch out. I love the jockey switch to Johnny V. I know it's nothing exciting. Pratt and Johnny V winning a race at San Anita and battling down the lane. It's shocking. I'm a real genius handicapper for coming to that conclusion. But that's the way that I see the first race going. The second race is where I disagree with the Sarge. I like the Roadrunner Issa Court for trainer Dan Blacker. Johnny V gets the mount there as well. As you can see, there's a little bit of a theme going on with my selections today in Johnny V. I got to get all his wins in before he goes on suspension here for 3 days. But I think that there's actually going to be a little bit more of a pace battle. I know that on Thoroughgraph, Secret Square looks like a standout from the pace side, but I think Delta Wind on the stretch out is going to keep Secret Square company on the front end there. And I see Issa Court sitting a very nice stalking trip right in behind and being the benefactor of that pace duel. So hopefully he can able to swing out. We get 5-1 on the morning line, which I think is fair. The question is, can she run on the dirt? I think she can. But I think it's worth a shot here in a race where there's not a whole lot of win machines in here. Horses like Secret Square are 3 for 22. Delta Wind's 1 for 7. Gotta Be Lucky's 3 for 31. So not a whole lot of win contenders in here that like to get their photo taken. So we're going to start off with a $50 double from race 1 to race 2, 3 and 5 with 1.
Be a lot of fun if we can get the 3 or the 5 home in the opener, and then race 2 we'll have a head-to-head battle with Issa Court and Secret Square. Both of us trying to get some money for our teams and for charity if Secret Square can win and if Issa Court could get the job done after completing leg 1 of the double. So that's our double, Chappie.
You know what's funny, Sarge, is these young whippersnappers are talking smack already about your selection, and then all of a sudden he breaks out the chalkboard in race 1 and goes Johnny V and Pratt at 5-2 and 8-5. So what do you have to say about that, my man? Hoorah!
Well, again, it really comes down to efficiency, right? I mean, we're looking for not only punching power, but the primary is that we have to make contact and percentages of punches. And, as the judges will sit back and try to score this, once again, going back to that key selection in race number 2, you have bona fide turf horses versus dirt horses. And Tyler, you'll understand when it's all said and done, the difference between turf and dirt. the margin will increase there in race
Is
number
turf the
2.
green stuff or is that the brown stuff? I always get confused out there.
Yeah.
Well, depends on where you're at. What
I was
part
going to
of
say, depends on what track you're at. Sometimes they don't have a water can out there for a while,
Yep, absolutely. Well, let me tell you. So moving on to the rolling double here. Is that where we're at, Chappie?
Yes, double time.
Double time for me. There's a horse that I actually considered making my $100 win bet, and that is M is for Magic for trainer Peter Urton. Comes in as an 0 for 10 maiden. You probably say, why would you like this horse? Coming out of a key race, 6 next out starters, 2 winners, both trained by Phil D'Amato, earned a 78 and 86 buyer respectively. But I think what really stands up here is the fact that at the 6 furlong distance on turf for a barn that started great guns, I think M is for Magic is in the perfect spot here. Whether this horse wants to dictate, go to the lead under Umberto Rispoli, or perhaps just kind of slide off the pace setter, which based on paper, I'm not sure who's going to go to the lead here. So I'm going to go to the experience. I think based on thoroughgraph, based on pace, I think the 11th career start is going to be the charm. Urton, I realize he's only 15% coming back off a bit of a respite, but the workout been fairly positive. So that's going to be my key in the double. The tricky race, I think one of the trickier races on today's card, it's a 6-pack in race number 4. That's the back end of the double. Money's going to come in on Perfecto More. I think Tim Yakteen has absolutely lost his way with this horse since claim. In fact, I asked myself, this horse obviously had run so well around one turn, then essentially stretched out in a phony race when claimed, came back both times routing, regressive form cycle, going against the favorite here at 2-1. I personally think that Steve Knapp has this race surrounded. And when you look at cheats, on one hand, it tells you the 2 horse sometimes always stands up, but this horse is going to have to rally from a bit off the pace. But I absolutely think that Steve Knapp will almost bottom line guarantee win race number 4. I'm using both of his horses. Bold Voyager going to try to rally from off the pace, has faced much better horses. You get the hot riding Diego Herrera. I think you'll get closer to 5-1 in this case. So on the back end of that double, the 2 and the 6, sometimes always certainly going to have the upper hand from a pace dynamic and coming off that race at Los Alamitos Racecourse. And I like Ryan Curatolo. He rides hard. He gets down. I think Gerlach's beat a terrible maiden field. Perfecto Amor has gone the wrong way. Mongo Altai can't run, and Lightning Fast hasn't won a race since January of 2020. So there's the math. Process of elimination. Steve Knapp, race 4 on the back end of Urton in race 3.
So tell us how you really feel, Sarge. No. All right. I like it. He comes with conviction. He likes an 0 for 10 maiden. I'm sure we're going to catch some flack from Tyler for that.
It's time.
Well, actually, I was just thinking, I'm going to be at San Anita today, so I'm going to go down to the paddock and I'll take pictures of the Sarge's horses so they know what it's like when the picture gets taken. Try to get them ready for after the race.
You do that.
That was well done.
You know where I'm going to be? I'm going to be right here watching America's team get home.
That was well played. That was very well played. I like that.
I love it.
Okay, so we're going to finish things up with an Exacta play. We have $100 to spend in an Exacta. Which race are we headed to do that, Tyler?
We're going to go back to the opener. You have to understand, in this contest, it's really easy to overthink things. Sometimes you just got to take what the board gives you. And in the first race, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to Exacta box the 2 horses that were keying in our double, the 3 Rio Ocho and the 5 Flinmore. I think there's standouts in here. I've kind of already talked about why I like both of them. They're both tape plays for me. I think they run 1-2 down the lane. And the only question is, does Pratt win or does Johnny D win?
So we're going to try to get on the board early on. We're going to try to get on the board with an Exacta and then with the double early on. And then we're going to hand the baton over to Sarge. But race 2 is going to be pivotal because race 2 will come down to, if the Sarge gets the win there, we won't hit the double. So that'll be a very important race as far as this contest is concerned. So we're on the board with all 3 of our plays, Chappie.
Yeah, we should know, like you said early, race 2 looks like it's going to be the pivotal race. Mm-hmm. Sarge, where are you heading with your Exacta and why?
Well, race number 7, I think, for all intents and purposes, one of the most interesting races on the card. It's a 3-year-old, which had never won 10,000 once of the maiden claiming starter, which had never won 200, an optional claiming tag of 100,000. The lone entrant in for the tag is Rock the Bells. I'm excited about her. I was involved in the purchase of her at the Phasic sale last summer, and we come off a victory in the Arizona Juvenile Fillies. What's really curious about the race, when you look at the thoroughgraph, you look at pattern, she has a very favorable pattern, but I have a feeling, a suspicion that Virulente you want to go back and take a look at a horse that did not get the best of rides with a troubled trip last out. I'm not going to name any rider. Let's put it this way. You get Flavian Pratt today. That's all you need to know. And when you look at trainer Phil Diamano in turf sprints, for his last 106, he wins 27% of the time. I mean, between Phil Diamano, Richard Baltus, who else wins turf races around here? I mean, they're two of the best, I think, not only here in California, but in the game. I absolutely love Virulente based on the fact that this horse is a playback horse on video. If you watch that grade 3 event, stateside debut on Thanksgiving weekend, I think it's going to be a bit more attended to the pace. I don't think this horse can be that far off of it, but the workouts have been solid and been working in great company according to the Harrington moves there. So I think Virulente is an absolute key here at 3-1. I like Impeached Alexander. That's the other Phil D'Amato. I'm not as enthused with the European form, although the works have been good, but I would expect that horse to be somewhere in the mix early. And I'm going to use Rock the Bells in the equation because she comes as a 3-time winner. Her race in the Speakeasy, she just simply got outfooted early. I think she'll suit the grass, and you get Diego Herrera for Luis Mendez. And I love that combo. Luis does a great job. Reportedly, Rock the Bell's training well. I don't know if she's going to have enough in the end. I think Virulente is a standout here. Will be keyed in pick 5s, pick 4s, not to mention a key Exacta here on top. 5 over the 2-6.
All right, so 5 over the 2-6, Virulente being the key there. And like Sarge said, Phil D'Amato seems to win races in bunches on the grass. And there are some key rider changes along the way today in several of the races.
Wow.
To Pratt and Johnny V. So it should be interesting. Sarge, before we get to the tiebreaker, you always got your hat in many things. Tell us what's going on in your life right now, buying some horses, working with My Racehorse. What all you got going on?
Well, that's, again, that's at the top of the list with myracehorse.com. And I'm also working with Joe Moran, who is a racing manager with the affiliate partnership there in Edge Racing for accredited investors. Had great success last year. Edge Racing, I think we won at about 28%. We were 90% in the trifecta. Had a good start here a few days ago at Gulfstream at Demogorgon. Got a nice horse with Kelly Breen. And yes, this time we gave him some time. And then as far as the world of Bloodstock Agent, it's a day-to-day thing, independently. And not to mention the fact that we're doing the work still with the TBG. They kind of like to move me around the map, which is enjoyable. You get to work Thursday nights or quarters on a weekend. But Battleborn Racing Stable, we won a race last night with thanks. So we're doing that primarily over at Los Alamitos at night. The purses can certainly accommodate cost. And just living the dream, my man. And excited for what the year has to present to all of us. Let's hope 2022 is a much better one than we saw back in 2021.
Yeah. Amen to that. And a man of many hats, Gino.
Oh, yeah. Tyler, we see your hat up atop the list and the leaderboard all the time in contests. You are a very, very sharp contest player. Tell us what you're up to, what you got coming up in the next few months, and what's been going on with you.
Honestly, horse racing is just been a passion of mine for such a long time. And as the years have gone on, the more involved I've gotten in the tournament scene. Obviously, I play a lot of tournaments with my dad, and we have a lot of fun, bonding over it and stuff. Excited for the NHC tournament in Vegas here in a couple of weeks. And right now participating in the FloCal tournament online at Horse Ring. It's got a $500,000 pool in it. So just a weekend warrior at this point, enjoying life, enjoying the sport, and supporting San Diego in any way that I can.
Yeah. Well, we're very, you were good. You're it was a little hazy here and there, but we got everything.
The gist is I love San Diego and I love horse racing. That's all you need to know.
There you go.
That's pretty simple, right? I think that's why we're all sitting here right now together, huh?
We all, 4 of us, learn the game from our grandparents or our mom and dad. And the cool thing is to see Tyler here every day with his dad betting the horses,
Awesome.
My dad lives in Indiana. If he was here, he'd be right with me every day playing as well. So I'm sure we all envy that part of it.
Knocked out of any pool, first one, and I get a call, or when he gets knocked out of one right away, my dad's call. Did you see that race, man? Every time telling me to. So, yep. Same thing with all of us. It's great.
Yeah. Very cool. All right. It's tiebreaker time. I don't think we're going to need it whatsoever. But we're going. Oh, Tyler, did we switch it to race 6? I think
we did.
Producer Tyler, sorry about that. We actually switched it to race 6. So
Okay.
we're going to go to the Wheel of Doom here.
Okay.
And see who gets the tiebreaker. Give it the old spin. Sarge. Hoorah! You got the first pick.
Oh, this is a tough. This might be the trickiest race on the card. And you're like, it's a 6-horse field, or now a 5-horse field to scratch the 4 Supersonic Flyer. How tough could it be, right? It's 5 horses. But for me, I'm going to go with Roses or Blue. 6 furlongs on dirt. The belief is that Diego Herrera will probably send this horse away from there. Should be able to get separation. Going to have to hold off Little Rachel. When you look at numbers, Little Rachel has kind of the advantage. But I think it's going to have too much work to do. So I'm going to go Roses or Blue, 5-1 morning line, Diego Herrera for Steve Knapp. I've got a lot of faith in Diego today on this Sunday.
All right, so he's going with the 5-1 shot. Big scratch there as far as pace is concerned.
Yeah.
So Sarge may be going wire to wire there with the 6-ball. Roses are blue. What are you youngsters going to do?
Yeah, if she breaks well, she'll be the one to catch. But who are we going to have coming and catching her, Tyler?
We're going to go to the rail runner, Little Miss Ellie, for the red hot trainer, Vladimir Serin. Other than this is my problem. The Sarge took my horse. I mean, I like the picks. I don't want to argue with you. I want to tell you I don't like your horse, but I'm a speed handicapper. He took lone speed here. I mean, that hurts. That really, really hurts. But I'm going to hope I can run you down. I'm going to hope Fukumoto can get his first win over here in Southern California. Hoping he can save ground, tip out, and run you down in the lane.
Yeah, I agree with you. That would be probably the next horse I went to. Little Miss Ellie. We'll go with the 1. So we've got 1 versus 6. If nobody hit scores in their wagers, whoever finishes better in this race, Little Miss Ellie versus Roses are Blue.
All right, Tyler, any last comments before we break it away here, buddy?
Sarge, it was an absolute pleasure doing the show with you. Best of luck to you and all of the success, and I hope your family's doing well.
You know, Tyler, I just have to tell you, I've got so much respect for you and your handicapping. And, you know, I probably don't interact with handicapper horse players as much as I probably should. But there are certain people that I hold in high regard. You just happen to be one of them, and that's the truth. But the hardest part about today's show in this contest is that you're going to be eating humble pie and say to yourself, man, I just drew the wrong card. But
if you can, Sarge, I'll be 2 bets in before you get going.
Hoorah. Salute to you. And
give you a left hook there. Any last words there, Gino?
Just always happy to help you. And Chappie, I'm actually going to be – I haven't been to the track since my son was born. I'm going to be coming out to Santa Anita tomorrow. I'm going to hang out with you. We're going to host the charity shows. I'm going to be Tom Quigley's guest on the seminar. Just because of everything that happened with COVID, my son was born right before the world sort of stopped. And then for a while, you couldn't even get into the track. So I've been so busy. I do so much of my work at home. I was stopping to think I literally haven't been since like Del Mar of Labor Day weekend before he was born. So I will be heading out to Santa Anita tomorrow. I'm pretty excited about it. It feels like the first time I'm going, you know? Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. All right, gentlemen, we thank you much. Sarge, good luck with your Cowboys today.
Tyler.
Hopefully it's a double knockout. We knock out Gino and Tyler, but for the most important thing is both of you guys win. We make some money for the Winners Foundation, and hope everybody had fun along the way. So, gentlemen, thank you much. Good luck. Sarge, hoorah.
Hoorah.
At ease, everyone.